Merci beaucoup. J'avais préparé mon discours en anglais, donc je vais parler en anglais pour être plus sûr sur, sur le langage. Mais I thank you very much, first of all, for this invitation. Today, I think it's very interesting and fascinating topic of discussion. 150th anniversary of the Geneva Congress, and how these prominent people, personalities, 150 years ago, personalities whose names have already been mentioned, but coming from so many different backgrounds, from Garibaldi, Victor Hugo, Bakunin, Dostoevsky. In that context, international context, very complicated, where nation states were in the way of consolidating themselves, international context of emerging nationalism, certainly, which would then later on degenerate into imperialism and then leading to the World War I. How in this context some courageous, bold people, personalities could focus their attention on those principles of freedom, democracy, peace, that are the same concept on the base of which then Europe was constructed later on after World War II, with in particular with the European Union. And I would like, because I'm sorry I have another engagement and I want to hijack your discussion, just to stress a couple of points. One, the message, very important, coming from those personalities, that peace and freedom, really, they go hand in hand. It's not power struggle and nationalism that can make peace, but only values like freedom, democracy, and social gender equalities, and so on, that can create the sustainable basis for peace in Europe, in the world. And in that sense, I think that we achieved major results over the last 6 years. This is the 60th today. This year is the 60th anniversary of the creation of the European Union. We celebrated in Rome such an important anniversary. Having said that, this was the first point. So you don't have a peace unless you have values based on freedom and democracy. The second element I would like to stress is that though we have achieved many important results, thanks also to the European Union, but thanks to the West's contribution to the international order, the liberal international order after World War II, we should not underestimate the danger of nationalism, of selfishness, of zero-sum power calculations that we see today are unfortunately re-emerging in the world and in Europe. And I think that the main message that maybe can come also from your discussion is that we should really give also intellectual contribution from the academic world, from the think tanks, from diplomacy. We should really give a unified message that only cooperation and freedom, values, democracy can maintain peace in Europe and in the world. And that all the temptation of nationalism, of sovereignism, of what is called zero-sum calculations, power calculation, and so on. All these factors but we are seeing today also the emergence are a danger to our order, our peace, our stability, and so we should engage ourselves to keep the peace and stability we have known in these years, thanks to the European Union and thanks to the engagement of all democratic forces in Europe and in the world. On this positive note, I have to leave you. Thank you very much for your invitation, and again, I wish you a good discussion. Thank you.